I think the thing I was picking up was this sense of just anxiety, this feeling of disease, unease. And I kept trying to think about what was happening sort of in the world around us. And the word that I kept coming up with was fragmentation. I think that when you go through things like that, there's an element of fear. And for some people, fear produces depression, and for other people, fear produces anger. So you've really got this turmoil sort of around you all the time. So I was interested in my artists and how were they coping with or dealing with these issues. Grace Mitchell, who I've worked with for a long time and is a very strong environmentalist, we've shown her work in the gallery before, she was really struggling because a couple of years ago, you may remember, we showed a series of her paintings that dealt with fracking and the coal mining issues, and as she saw them affecting the environment. And even Grace said to me, she said, well, I feel like I have to be more hopeful. She said, she used the Wendell Berry poem, the beautiful poem, The Piece of Wild Things, and I come into the peace of wild things who do not tax their lives with forethought of grief. And then goes on to say, I feel above me the day-blind stars waiting with their light. For a time I rest in the grace of the world and am free. Ken Schiano has a wonderful line in some things that he has written about his own work when he says, I'm an architect. I build things, I solve problems. I go into the studio and I try and figure out how to make it work. I take it apart and put it back together again. You know, I have to find that place where discipline gives way to surrender. And I look at someone like Karen Bakker. Karen just finished having the second fire in 10 years. Her studio was destroyed by fire and was destroyed again just now. And I don't even know how someone recovers from something like that. And she actually took the wax, the pure, beautiful white beeswax, filled with ash, filled with debris, and used it in the paintings. So literally, out of destruction, she had to create a new voice for herself. Shelley Robson, who has this beautiful sculpture here, this is the result of two other bodies of work that were done after her sister Ellen died of breast cancer. And Ellen was very young and had children and a husband she adored. And the first two pieces that Shelley did after that were exhibited down at the Academy Art Museum, beautiful pieces. And they dealt with the sense of her sister's lingering spirit that stayed on earth because everything she loved was here. So can art make a difference? Can art show the way? I think probably the answer to that is most definitely yes. But the way I think it does, it's not because you look at a pretty picture, but probably because you look at the work of the artist, which is to begin again, to find a new route.